sweetest talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. So this week I'm going to talk a little bit of Walking Dead. It's been about a week since it's been actually a little over a week now since the finale. And now that we've gotten past that and we've seen that there were no major deaths outside of Herschel and the two little girls, if you want to really consider it a major death. I mean, they weren't major characters, but it was a heartbreaking episode. So now on to season 5. Now, just to let you guys know, I'm a big Walking Dead fan, and a lot of people asked me if I was going to continue doing these videos in the off season, and I definitely will. I like you guys, if you watch all my Godzilla videos and some of my other videos, I love to do speculation and stuff like that. So I'll probably be doing maybe one a week, one every 2 weeks, and as we get closer to the following season, I'll start to up the ante a little bit. So, but this video, I just kind of want to talk about what we would expect for next season in terms of Terminus, Gareth, the group now that they're reunited. And I was thinking about the season finale, and it was almost, I remember as I was progressing through each review going towards the season finale, I kept saying over and over again, eventually they're all going to meet up, or they're all going to meet up. And obviously, with the exception of Tyreese and Carol, that's the case now. So, now that I think about it, it was almost like a bittersweet ending, because on one hand, you're very happy that they're all together, but on the other hand, they're not really in a good position. So I kept saying that during those videos, oh, well, maybe it'll be a happy ending for a change. And like I said, it wasn't necessarily happy, just bittersweet. But I think Gareth and this Terminus group, I don't know if they'll play out for the whole 5th season, but something tells me that they might, that they're probably going to stretch that a little bit. Not because, and I'm not saying they're going to, I hope they don't do it like filler, but I think you can probably get a full season out of this group because, obviously Rick and his crew are going to escape at some point. And I think that Gareth and his people being cannibals, I'm still going with the whole cannibal bit. I know there's some people out there who still think that it's not too obvious that they're cannibals. I respectfully disagree with that. Again, the carcasses was a big indication to me. And some people are thinking that those are carcasses of zombies or I just don't see it. When you look at the blood and the guts on those bones, they were very fresh. They were pinkish reddish, not blackish and gooey like the walkers. And I think what's going to happen is that when you have that many people captured, like Rick and all those people, and then obviously a lot of people have been talking about hearing the voices in some of the other carts, or for lack of a better word. So you figure if Rick and his group leave and they happen to free some of these people, let's say one of them are Beth or something like that, and they happen to free some of these people and they all go on the run, I don't think Gareth and his crew are going to just let a meal. I don't think they're going to let a meal that size run away. So I think we'll see a lot of pursuit. I think you'll see certain elements in the comics regarding the hunters represented on the show during that pursuit. Obviously, it's very different from the hunters because this is a very large group of people. But I think that's what you're going to see. And we might even see this group split up again. You might see that happen if they go running, or if they decide to split up to try and spread out the Terminus people, so that way maybe they can pick them off better. Because let's face it, if those people in Terminus have been there for a while, how much experience do they have on the road? How much experience do they have with a slew of walkers? You run into a lot more walkers when you're not hunkered down than you do when you're hunkered down. I mean, obviously, Rick and his group at the prison, they started dealing with a large infestation of walkers in the beginning of the season. And for the most part, they dealt with it up until they started breaking through. And even then, they dealt with it. It was really the disease that was more of a crippling factor than the zombies at the gate, because you didn't have enough people to guard the gate. They were all sick. Where the Terminus people, I mean, that was a much, much larger, at least it seemed much larger, of a facility. Buildings, they had it was very similar, two things, they had the main entrance gate, then they had the gate leading into their courtyard. But I think that if they get the Terminus people outside of Terminus, if they're chasing them, then I think you're going to see Terminus people, their lack of experience, and that's his assumption. We don't know. We don't know how much they've been on the road. We don't know if they've gone on supply runs. We don't know if they've ever had a dry spell of humans and they've had to actually go out, because the hunters in the comics were not good hunters, which is why the name is kind of funny. They were good at hunting humans, but they weren't good at hunting, animals or livestock and stuff like that. That was not their forte. in some ways very similar to how it happened in the show. Because they were cannibals, they I'm sure most people would approach them and not assume that right away that they're cannibals, and that's probably how they met their demise. So I think that's an element you might see. Now, can you drag that on for a whole season? I mean, you'd have to keep it interesting. I don't think, we don't know much about Gareth. We've only seen him for that one episode. For the little bit that I've seen of him, it looks like he has the potential to maybe be a very good villain, very different from the governor. But he looks like he's very clever, he's very smart. If he's the leader there and the way he's got things set up, he knows what he's doing. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep that storyline going for the whole season. I think that they might, because, if you go too fast by the Terminus thing or by the Hunters, however you want to refer to them, then you risk maybe going too fast, heading to the whole Washington, Alexandria safe zone, and then meeting the Hilltop crew and all that, and then Ezekiel, and then eventually Negan. So it's kind of really, it's going to be interesting to see how they decide to deal with that. Or they could just make it something that Rick and his group take over the whole Terminus crew, they kill a good portion of them, and then Gareth escapes with a few people, and they can't run them down, and then Gareth starts to systematically pick off the group. So that'll be an interesting twist, actually, when you think about it. I definitely expect season 5 to be very, very good. Season 4 to me was fantastic. My favorite season to this point, I gotta say, is 4. It used to be season 2, but now it's season 4. I really did like season 4. Season 2 is obviously my second favorite now. Season 1 is definitely the best one, but because it only has 6 episodes, I kind of put that on its own shelf, because that's what started this whole great thing that we call The Walking Dead. But I think for the most part, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in season 5. I'm very, very interested to see, before we even get into any part of Terminus versus Rick's group, I'm very interested to see how they're going to get out of there. I definitely want to see. I have a very, very strong feeling that Beth is already at Terminus, but we'll have to wait and see. I just get this feeling that she's going to be there, or perhaps Tyreese and Carol go somewhere to settle down before getting into Terminus, and they find Beth. So that'll be interesting as well. Will Beth be at Terminus? Will she be found by Carol and Tyreese since they're still on the road? Will Carol, Tyreese, and Beth be the deciding factor as to how Rick and the group escape? Or will Rick and the group already have escaped? But, it's a lot of cool stuff to speculate. We're going to get into a lot of it during the off-season, and we'll definitely get into some prediction videos and stuff like that. I love doing that kind of stuff. And that's it. So what about you guys? What do you think is the whole Terminus storyline is gonna turn into? Do you think it's gonna go for a whole season? Do you think it's gonna go for half a season? How do you envision it playing out? Let me know your thoughts on the comments below, and I'll see you next video. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. So this week we're going to talk a little bit of Walking Dead. It's been about a week since it's been actually a little over a week now since the finale. And now that we've gotten past that, and we've seen that there were no major deaths outside of Herschel and the two little girls, if you want to really consider it a major death. I mean, they weren't major characters, but it was a heartbreaking episode. So now on to season 5. Now, just to let you guys know, I'm a big Walking Dead fan, and a lot of people asked me if I was going to continue doing these videos in the off season, and I definitely will. I like you guys. If you watch all my Godzilla videos and some of my other videos, I love to do speculation and stuff like that. So I'll probably be doing maybe one a week, one every 2 weeks, and as we